time is it? What time we got here?
What time do you think we got? I would
Is it
call
7
it
o'clock?
right on time o'clock, if you ask me.
Oh, you know what? It's a good thing that I was a professional today
Uh-huh.
and let you know that
Uh-huh.
I would be available. I told you 6:30,
Now, now,
but then
now, now, who reached out to who about the I
at, at,
still
at first you did, and I said 6:30, but I knew it was going to be 6:30. And what did I do? I called you and I said, let's shoot for 7. I'm on the road till 6:37. Let's shoot for 7. I'm being a professional here instead of waiting till you called me at 6:30 and saying, I can't do it. Call me later.
yeah.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
I don't know. I don't know what you're expecting, a medal or a monument, but
Well, I'm just expecting, some of these
you should go
these
with
assholes that listen that, they don't
You
give me shit.
you should go with the medal because we can't stack shit that high for a monument. Now, I also want to point out that you wanting to be recognized or acknowledge me for this little
Acknowledge me. Yes.
major feat of accomplishment that you think you've done is like a dog expecting a treat every time he pees outside, as if that's not what's just fucking expected of him.
Right. I just need a little cookie.
There's no treat for you for this. I'm sorry. No
I'm
treat.
just saying.
This isn't even poop in the grass. This is just pee in the grass. This is not, this is not.
I just want a little cookie, a little nugget.
Well, you better go buy one yourself.
You don't even have to give me one of the good treats. Like you can give me you give your dog you have the good treats and you have the crappy treat. Like I just want the crappy treat. I don't even need the good treat right now.
Does your dog even know the difference why he's getting a good treat or a bad treat?
Well, so my dog knows if you say, "Do you want a green treat?" Those are the good treats. She does a fucking dance, shakes her ass, goes in the closet, knows where they are. Now, if you just say regular treat and you give it to her, she actually will hesitate taking it, take it kind of disappointed look at you, like this is what you're giving me, this piece of shit cookie.
Then don't give him. Then
now
no
the green treat she takes and runs full speed upstairs with it. Because she knows she can't eat it on the.
Does she eat them or does she just hoard them somewhere? Is there a
can?
No,
she eats them.
Is there is there a can under her mattress?
Yeah, she keeps them under there for later.
Yeah, in case society breaks down and they become currency in the future.
Right. She's got plenty of treats.
There's 2 forms of currency in the future: Bitcoin and green treats.
And green treats. There's a whole stack of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When I had a dog, it got a lot of people food all the time.
Right.
Because I was a soft. What's that noise?
Do you hear this?
Yeah. What's
Do you
that
hear
noise?
this?
What's that noise?
To advise technician will be
Let's see.
showing around 9:40, 10 p.m.
Do you hear this? Oh, this is going to be a good podcast today, baby.
Well, I don't. Oh, is that your Comcast nonsense?
Oh, these motherfuckers!
Your Spectrum or whatever.
You finish because I'm fired. Now I am fired up about 2 things today. This may be the best podcast. I am gonna. Go ahead.
I don't think this is gonna be good in the way you think it's gonna be good. I just think you're gonna be passionate for once for a podcast. That's about.
Oh, I'm fired up right now.
I don't know if these stories are gonna be worth the shit, but whatever. I even forgot. When I had a dog, he got so much people food. I was such a soft touch with that treats were meaningless. He was more.
He didn't care. He was where's the steak, pal?
Now here's the thing. He loved ice cubes. Loved ice cubes. And it took me a long fucking time to realize that's fucking water. And when I give him ice cubes, that means I have to walk him more often.
He's pissing everywhere.
Well, no, he just wanted to go out more often.
Right.
He didn't start pissing everywhere until he got kidney stones. And and then he got one lodged in his wiener.
Oh.
And he was just for a day or 2, he was just walking around leaking everywhere. And so I had to take him in and they x-rayed him and they pulled out, he didn't have a kidney stone. He didn't have kidney stones. He had enough gravel in his I don't know, bladder to to lay down as a layer in a fish tank. I mean, it looked like half a bowl of grape nuts that they pulled out of him.
So this wasn't like Marco kidney stones. This was way major.
Oh, this was like Marco kidney stone times like maybe a couple hundred. He just had like it was like gravel.
So what you're saying is Marco is a pussy compared to your prior dog.
Well, let's just say my dog didn't cry every time he peed, but I
mean, and for the record, we don't know if Marco was dribbling piss everywhere.
I assume two things. I assume he was, because whether he had a kidney stone or not. I forgot what my second joke was going to be. I laughed too hard at the first one.
At this point, I'm visualizing Marco and you working in the truck and Marco just dribbling piss everywhere as you guys went.
I mean, we have we're in our work denims or heavy canvas pants and underwears and stuff. So, I mean, like a slow leak. Yeah, especially if he's wearing like black pants,
Right, and he could have just been like, "Oh, it was the last backflow we did," and you're like, "Oh yeah, really?" He was just pissing himself.
Well, three things could happen in the course of the day. Your pants could be wet all day for three reasons.
Right.
One, it's raining outside all day, or the work you're working on is getting you wet, or you have a drink sitting in your lap condensating, when you're driving around, or you're pissing your pants. I mean, it could be all those things.
I thought there was going to be a fourth one here. I thought it was that maybe the man in charge was drooling at his desk and you got on your lap.
Oh yeah, someone passed out while in mid-sentence talking to us. Yeah, no, nothing like that.
We better tread lightly. We may be booked for that next show.
Listen, please don't take that booking. Please don't take it. I'll run if you want to take a booking, I will run a show for you. I would prefer that only one of our group stabs us all collectively in the back and works that show, and it be the one that we would expect to stab us in the back to go work a show. I'm talking about Blake.
Still no response to if he was going to get me booked in the McDonough shows, but
yeah. Well, yeah.
So anyway, are we done? Because I'm ready to go. I am fired up.
Well, I feel like if we're burying Blake, I definitely don't want to forget something, and that's that he was in West Virginia or Virginia? I don't even know which one. He was in Virginia, they're the same fucking thing to me. So he was in Virginia. I think it's just a different colored varmint crawling up the tree in Virginia or West Virginia, red or gray squirrel. But he's there and makes a public post. I'm going to be here. Anyone that wants to see me while I'm in town, blah, 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 yada, yada. Remember what I said to you?
Well, he was in Atlanta and never did that.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta. Couldn't give you a call. He was in Atlanta for 4 days. He only worked one show one day. Had plenty of time. Even talked to us about walking around downtown Atlanta by himself.
And we didn't even know he was there till he said that.
Right.
I was like, "You're where?"
Some friend. This guy.
Well, look. While we're fired up here, I got a beef with Spectrum, Charter Spectrum. So if you listen to this and you work for Charter Spectrum, take some notes because
tell people what Charter Spectrum is.
Charter Spectrum is an internet TV company, but I only have internet with them. Okay, so I made the switch from AT&T to Spectrum because AT&T sucked, always had outages, this and that. I made the switch to Spectrum. Everybody in the neighborhood did, but it was everybody had to get in on this. So anyway, we make the switch and Saturday.
Was this like a group neighborhood discount kind of thing?
Yes, right. So we had to have a certain amount of people in the neighborhood because they had to lay the cables and do the whole shebang, right? So we had to wait till everybody in the neighborhood. So then we get the Spectrum. Great. So they come to do the install, blah, blah, blah. This install's free because they're going to lay the cables, this and that. Well, Saturday there was a thunderstorm, 4:00 in the morning. So Sunday morning. And I mean, I heard I saw the lightning, big boom, explosion. So, I wake up Sunday morning and the internet's out. So I'm like, oh, so I'm trying different stuff, nothing. So I call, I give a shout to Spectrum and I'm like, hey, internet's out. So they had me troubleshoot and they're like, yeah, it's the modem. The modem blew. Okay, cool. So what do? They're like, well, you have to go to the store. So where's the store? Well, it's 30 minutes from you. Okay. So Sunday, I get in my car, I drive 30 minutes, I bring everything they tell me.
Now I got a question already.
Yeah.
Would they have like sent something in the mail and you chose to go get it to make it faster, or was this the only option that you had to go get?
Well, so mailing, they don't mail. It would have been somebody would have had to come here, and it could have taken a week. This, that, and the other. So okay, so that's. I said, all right, well, I'll go get it. 30 minutes, whatever. Blah blah blah. I'll go get it. Now, mind you, this conversation on the phone with the troubleshooting this, I'm talking 3-4 hours of just going back and forth with them. Like it's like idiots working there. So finally, I drive to the store. I walk in, and the guy just gives me this look with this face of like, psh, like he knew something. And I'm like, do I have to sign in or something? And he's like, man, if you're here to exchange that, we don't got any. I'm like, you motherfuckers. So he's like, yeah, we don't got none. He's like, so I said, so what do I do? He goes, we ain't getting any until Friday. I'm like, Friday? He's like, yeah, it'd be Friday or Saturday. So now I'm like, I'm fucking livid. I said, I just drove a half hour, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you. So he tells me, write my name down on a piece of receipt paper, not even like an official piece of paper. So I write my name and phone number down, and I leave. I'm pissed off. And
what do you mean by an official piece of paper?
Like he just ripped a piece of receipt paper off and was like, yo, write your name down and your phone number. I was like, there's no way this guy's going to keep this paper. Like, there's no way. Look, I've been that guy that's ripped the receipt paper off. I'm really not writing your name, and I'm not really not taking your name and number down.
Oh, that's going right to the circular file.
Right. Yeah. So he does it, and I'm a fuck shit. I'm under my breath. I'm just, as I walk out the door, I'm like, fuck this shit, dick, like I got Tourette's. So I'm livid. And I get in the car, and I call them back, because now I have a half-hour drive home, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And they're like, well, we can have somebody, we'll set an appointment up for you, and we'll just have somebody come out. And they're like, but the appointment's not going to be till Friday. I'm like, so I'm supposed to go all week without internet, I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Are you guys not charging me for that whole week,
So I threw that out there, and I said, she's like, well, we can prorate. And I was like, no, I just stepped in dog shit, by the way. You know what? Of course, the podcast where we're talking about dogs, I step in dog shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like livid. I'm just, I'm angry. So I get home. I said, all right, we'll just do the appointment for Friday. So this is Sunday. So now Monday rolls around, and I get a phone call. Middle of the day. Hey, we have an appointment available at 7 p.m. tonight. Oh, I said, let's do it. She said, he'll be there between 7 and 8. Okay, sweet. I can, 7 and 8, I can wait. I'm just not wait until Friday. So 7 o'clock rolls around. Okay, she said between 7 and 8. 8 o'clock rolls around. All right, it's raining. Let's see. 8:30, ain't nobody here. So I call. It tells me it's an hour wait. You have an hour wait to get a hold of someone. So I, being the Karen that I am, I go on Twitter. I make one tweet. I get an instant message immediately. I respond to the instant message, and they call me. There's no fucking hour wait. You're fucking lying to me, because someone called me within 3 minutes of me making a tweet. Right? So you suck it on the hour wait. So now I'm like, hey, nobody showed up. So the lady's like, I'm going to transfer you to dispatch. I wait another 20 minutes on hold. I go to dispatch. The dispatch lady, nicest lady possible, right? She's like, we got to get this right. And she goes, we're really behind schedule because we haven't even got to the 5 o'clock appointments yet. I'm like, lady, it's 9:30. And she's like, yeah, we're behind. So
no shit.
And she's like, we can still do Friday. I was like, or she said, we do have an appointment for Tuesday, but it's going to be Tuesday night. So I said, well, what can we do now? Because I made up a story. I was like, I lost a day of work. And like, I just went like total just asshole. And I'm like, this is utter bullshit. I'm driving a half hour each way, which I did. I drove an hour total. I go, I said, is there a way you can tell me if anybody has a modem before I drive anywhere? And she's like, no.
I mean, ideally, like you should. It's 2021. How do they not know who's got what where? It should all be.
How about this? I said, isn't there I can't find phone numbers to the local office. She goes, we don't even have those numbers. I'm like, you're fucking lying to me. Like, stop it. Like, there's no fucking way you can't call a store. That's bullshit. So, anyway, in the process, she's like, telling me like what's wrong, like like what's wrong with this thing. Let's see if we could troubleshoot. I go, we troubleshooted 45 fucking times in the last 2 days. She tells me it's not the modem, it's the router. Now we're switching. It's a different item, right?
So even if you grabbed that thing the other day, it wouldn't have worked.
According to her.
Okay.
So anyway, now we're doing this. We're troubleshooting the different thing now. So maybe there's hope. No, nothing works. Then she goes, let me get the tech on the phone. So she gets us on three-way. Right now it's 9:30 at night. She's got us on three-way, and the tech's like, wait, let's see, what's the problem? So I tell him, now he goes back to, it's the modem. I said, Jesus, fuck. Can somebody make a decision here? Is it the router? Is it the modem? I don't even know. Like, so they're flip-flopping on what's wrong, what's not wrong. Anyway, he's like, I'm going to go finish this job I'm at, go pick up a modem and a router and an Ethernet cable. I'll be at your house between 10 and 10:30. Last night. So here I am like an asshole waiting. 10 comes around, 10:30. I finally make the call, 10:30, 10:40. I call back. I go, hey, this guy never showed up. The lady tells me, did you really think he was coming tonight? I said, he clearly told me he was going to get the items. He'd be back between 10 and 10:30. Like, I'm waiting up awake. She said, he's not coming tonight. Now that's all she had to say. The fucking bell rang. I lit into her. I'm like, you motherfucking, I'm not yelling at you, but I'm venting. I hope this is being recorded so somebody can hear this, because you're just literally jerking me around now for 2 fucking days. Like, so she's like, well, we got an appointment for Tuesday at 8:00. I go, well, you didn't come last night. You think he's going to come tonight? I go, you're full of shit. Like, you guys are fucking jerking me around. I'm going crazy. Anyway, I said, you know what? You're right. There's nothing I can do right now. I'm going to bed. I'll see him tomorrow. Okay, here we are today. I just listened to a voicemail I got from them on my Apple Watch, which, by the way, I just got. The voicemail says, hey, Mr. Anthony, this is
Mr.
Spectrum.
Anthony.
Spectrum. And you have an appointment tonight at 8:00. Just calling to inform you he won't be there till 9:45.
I can't believe.
What is this, a doctor's office?
I can't believe
don't
people
schedule appointments if you can't fucking make them.
I can't believe they have people making calls that late.
Right, like I want this guy at my house at 9:45 tonight, and the point, like my kids start school tomorrow. Like I got to go to work, but this, like, he ain't coming at 9:45. There's no fucking way. No way. I don't trust him. Not one bit. So Spectrum, you can suck it.
Well, I'm glad we got to be your forum to complain. I think you would have gotten you would have definitely gotten more results if you TikToked and tweeted it, though.
I cannot, like, if I was that bad at my job, I wouldn't have a job. Like, how do you string customers? Like, customer services, they don't even give a fuck.
No.
They could give 2 shits.
No, nobody cares.
So
nobody cares anymore.
I was so mad last night.
Honestly, nobody's. 2 things are here. Nobody's getting paid enough to take other people's shit. So as soon as you start yelling,
right.
as soon as you start yelling at them, they're like making notes in their computer. Fuck this guy.
Right. I'm sure they are.
Like bottom priority. That's why you get like a 9:45 fucking visit, dude.
Right.
You're getting bumped because you tore someone a new one.
And can I tell you the nerve? Okay, so last night when she told me we're on this 3-way call, he'll be there between 10 and 10:30. She's like, all right, we're all set. And she's like, she says to the nerve of this one, I'm on the phone still. And she says, Alex, and he's the tech. And he goes, yes. She goes, why don't you go ahead and stop and get a bite before you go over there? That's what she said. I was like, you fucking motherfucker. I was like, Alex, you can come here. I'll cook you a meal. Like, Jesus, like, I'll make you a sandwich, bro. Like, let's go.
Well, that's thoughtful. I'm just going to say, I am on the other side of this. I have been that tech guy. I have been,
Of course you are.
You know, yeah. If I did,
it's not the tech's fault. It's the scheduling and the.
I'll tell you, I know exactly what the whole problem is.
Me, I'm the problem.
The first time they came out to install your thing, to set you up for this, you didn't tip them, and they made a note of it.
Oh, no. You were wrong. Do you know what happened the first time he came to set this up?
No, what?
It was Easter weekend.
Uh-huh.
And it was Easter Sunday. And I said, are you sure? Easter Sunday, and she said yes, they're working Easter Sunday and they're working overtime. I gave him a pie. I had a pie. I bought buy one get one. I gave this guy a pie.
I remember that.
And I said, "Did you want this food?" I had an extra couple pies, I think, and he was like, "Oh my god!" He goes, "I didn't even get lunch today. Like I could eat this for lunch." And I said, "Dude, take it. It's yours." I said, "Do you need a drink?" I gave him a water. Like, no. I took care of this motherfucker.
All right, so my bad.
With food, that's from the heart. And he was excited because he was like, "I didn't even eat lunch today." And he's like, "I don't even have time to eat." I was like, "Well, now you got a fucking pumpkin pie, my friend."
Yeah, you can just grab a spoon and eat that in the car.
Right. So then, yeah. So, fuck him. Oh, they're calling me. Why is my watch not ringing? I was trying to answer it so my watch can hear this, but it's not ringing on my watch. Let's see. I think I can answer. Oh, yes. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't because I'm on the phone.
Merge it. I'll be quiet.
Let's see here.
Let's see if we can hear this.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. This is Spectrum. May I speak with Anthony?
This is?
Hey, Anthony. I'm just calling. This is in regards of your appointment today from 8 to 9.
Yes.
So technician is running behind. He has an ETA of 10 p.m.
Oh, good Lord.
Would you like to reschedule?
This is 2 nights in a row. Like, I would have went and picked up the modem and the router like I was going to, but then they rescheduled the appointment. He never showed up last night either. And I didn't even get a call last night. I had a call, and I was like, "Is someone coming?" And they're like, "No." They're like, "It's too late now." I'm like, "Well, a call would have been nice."
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that happened yesterday. That's why I'm calling.
Yeah. I mean, is he really going to be here at 10, or are you going to tell me 10 and then nobody shows up?
Well, it has an ETA of 10 o'clock. He should be showing up. I cannot I cannot say that he's not going to show up because I don't know, like.
Right. I'm not yelling at you. It's just frustrating. Like, I mean, whoever makes the scheduling really sucks at their job. So.
Yeah. It's the system. The same system does it automatically.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. But, I mean, let's keep it on. I need internet. Like, my kids start school tomorrow, and I have no internet.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it for 9, and I will let him know.
And can somebody call me if he's not coming so I'm not waiting up till 11:30 like I was last night?
Yeah, sure. I will go ahead and do that.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, she lied to you. No one's calling you when they don't come. Oh. You hung up on me too, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? I am so glad this happened on air and we recorded it because do you hear this? Like, who fucking makes the schedule?
9 o'clock to schedule anything for 9 o'clock is crazy. Let alone to bump it to 10.
It was 8 o'clock. Now it's 9 and 10.
Yeah.
She's changed it twice already.
Yeah, they're.
Was I a dick?
No, in fact, I was a little disappointed. I thought we were going to get a show.
Well, it's not her fault.
Yeah, but still, we're all fucking.
Did you get that on recording? I mean, is this going to make the podcast?
You got to understand. You're on the podcast. You're supposed to make it interesting. I could tell. She's like, yeah, we'll call you. Yeah, right.
Right. Literally, she was probably doing the jerk off motion in the air.
Oh, 100%. I could. Hear, if I can hear you banging pots and pans, I can hear her doing the jerk off motion. Right.
But that got recorded, right?
Yeah, we got the whole thing.
Fucking motherfuckers. And I'm not going to be rude to her because it's not her fault, but Jesus, like so what I was going to tell you is I stopped publicly tweeting him, and I was so angry last night, I just started writing them messages in the private message that were just like absolutely absurd. I was like, you're a horrible customer service. Like, I just was going in, and they were responding to everyone. Like, we're very sorry. Like, sir, there's nothing we can do. I was like, you could do a lot. Like, I was angry.
So when they don't come tonight, which is obviously the case,
my tweet's going out publicly.
Do you demand that you get bumped to the front of the scheduling for tomorrow, and everyone else can get pushed the fuck?
I will make the most Karen tweet tonight if they don't show up.
But you should expect tomorrow for them to show up first thing, not to be like
scheduled be last on the list.
Scheduled 3 days from now. 3 days from now at 9 o'clock again.
Right.
Yeah.
Utter bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fired up.
Yeah.
I might as well go right into it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the greatest story.
You
But
what?
there wasn't like it was a great story. But I mean,
Oh, you go fuck yourself too.
But we're all very amused at the fact that you're getting fucked. I mean,
Like
I
I
feel
feel
like
angry inside. Like I wish you could. I'm fucking feeling. I can't wait to work out after this. It's gonna be a good
oh
workout.
yeah, Mr. Workout, sure.
Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk about that because Well, okay, I will, but it's gonna go into the next story. So
Oh, here we go.
I went to a wrestling show Saturday night, 1.2 miles from my house.
I feel like you should have told this story first because I feel like we lost half of our listeners.
No, come
To
on.
get
We
to
had
the
a,
good
a
stuff.
live customer service call. Like, I mean, that's the first time ever.
I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
So I go to a wrestling show 1.2 miles from the house. I haven't been to a wrestling show in a long time, right?
Now,
So I don't think
explain to people. It's not the WWE, okay?
no, this is a bunch of indie wrestling, like local guys at a little pavilion, covered pavilion here.
What did it look like? How many paying customers?
Some maybe 150, 200.
Okay.
Maybe, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the show because 1 mile. Anything if it was 6 miles, I would not have gone. 1 mile is in my range. So I go to the show. I got some friends on the show. I wanted to see some people. So I go. I paid my ticket $10. I paid for the $10, not the $15, because I'm cheap. But one match into the show, they're like, everybody from the $10 section, come on down. I was like, fuck, I got one over on them, right? And now, I'm thinking as a wrestling promoter, I'm going, if I paid $15, I'd be demanding a $5 refund.
Would you? Would you have done that?
I would, as a promoter, I think that's a really shitty move because in the future, I would never buy a $15 ticket again.
Yeah.
Knowing that I could sit in the $10 section, not to mention the security guards they had. They weren't, this wasn't top flight security. This was like they got a bunch of like the inbreeders, we used to call them back in the day, which is not a joke. They were brothers that were inbred brothers that were our security at wrestling shows.
Oh no, I remember those guys.
Right, and they were inbreeders. That's what they were called. They actually wrestled under that name one time, and they were like really inbred. Anyway, so I was at the show. I'm watching it, and I went through such a range of emotions Saturday night. It started with excitement to be out watching wrestling. The first match was fantastic. A buddy of mine, Rob Killjoy, versus Ace Austin, who's on Impact, which is on TV. So solid match. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Allegedly, they're on TV.
Well, he's on Impact, but
it's not on my TV. I don't know.
Do you know what pissed me off?
Yeah.
To start, was the ring announcer. He was a midget. That did not piss me off that he was a midget. So don't take it the wrong way.
Are we allowed to use that word? Are we?
No.
I just want to I feel like I've used that word and you've used that word and Marco's used that word. Does that mean that that is that we're
He was a small stature. Small.
I don't care. I don't want you to catch like if you don't want to catch heat.
He's a midget.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take the heat. But I just don't. If I'm just giving you the opportunity.
That wasn't my problem. My problem is he announced the wrong guy first.
Right.
So immediately I'm angry, right? Because I'm like, you don't even know who's coming out. Like this is so jabron. Like you gotta know. If you want to be professional, you gotta know shit like that. So that set me off to start. The match was fantastic. I enjoyed it. Then they asked us all to come down. And the second segment was a guy, Teddy Long. You know Teddy. Teddy Long was on WCW, NWA, WWE, WWF. Famous referee manager, general manager, right? Like he's been on national television. The guy's probably made millions.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. So he's there because he lives around here, and he's the commissioner. So he's comes in to tell everybody, hey, everybody, you get to move down. But the midget ring announcer goes into business for himself and takes the microphone from him and was like, see my jacket? I borrowed it from you. And he's like, what are you going to do? And he's kind of like making fun of Teddy. Now, Teddy's famous. You don't make fun of him. Teddy grabs the mic and he actually told him to go sit your little butt down in the corner, right? Funny. Everybody laughs. Anyway, so I go down. I sit in the last row because I'm not going to sit in the front row like I'm, some sort of fan mark. So I sit in the last row, and I watch the next match comes out, and it's it was a decent tag match. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I started to get the itch, and I started to sitting there go, man, a week ago I didn't ever want to wrestle again, and I told Billy I don't want to wrestle, and now I'm watching this and I'm like, I'm starting to get the itch. Like,
did you tell Billy?
Well, not publicly, but in my head.
Oh. Because I remember us having this conversation on the podcast, how you had kind of like just assumed he knew through mental telepathy that there was not going to be a match, and then that kind of got back to Billy, and he's I don't think Billy's agreed with that assessment.
No, right. At this point, Billy was like, "I'm showing up at your house."
Right.
So, I'm watching, and I'm starting to get the itch, and I go, oh, I miss this, man. I miss the kids in the crowd were going crazy, and I miss the entertainment aspect. And one of the guys in the ring was really, like, he was really charismatic, and I'm like, man, like, I miss this shit. And I wasn't even thinking about taking the falls or the hits. Like, that wasn't even a thought in my head, because, like, it was everything else. Then the next match comes out, and it is a guy by the name of Action Mike Jackson. Action Mike Jackson is 71 years old. He is in immaculate shape. I mean, ripped. Looks like he's 50, but he's 71. I watched this man go 20 minutes in a wrestling ring like he was 20 years old. I mean, he was bouncing off. He was doing like walking the tightrope on the top rope and flips. He did a dive outside the ring. And that's when I said, if Action Mike Jackson at 71 years old can get in there and do this, I can fuck Billy Fives up. That was my thought. That was my thought.
Wait. Let me see. 31, 50 seconds. I got to remember to find that clip.
No. We don't need this clip for Billy.
31 minutes. I'm gonna isolate that for Billy.
In my head, I said, fuck that guy. I can go. And I'm watching the match, and I'm pumped now. I'm pumped to the point where, like, I was literally enjoying this wrestling match that this old man was putting on, because he's amazing. So, settles down. The next match comes out. There's a guy, Chick Donovan. Now, I'm going to describe Chick Donovan to you. He is 75 years old. He is still wrestling.
What is this, the seniors tour?
But you don't understand. Action Mike Jackson at 71 is in better shape than 90% of the guys out there now. 75-year-old Chick Donovan is absolutely jacked. But Chick Donovan has long, big, flowing, blonde, luscious hair like Ric Flair used to have back in the day.
And it's like, in the pictures, it looked more poofy, like an old lady's hair, to be honest.
It's super poofy.
Yeah.
Right? But he's in very good shape. Like, I mean, he is... I did not know he was 75 till he said it. And I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, my God, this guy's 75 years old. He doesn't look it. But he drives, like, this, like, old, like, 1970 Cadillac. He wears, like, the most expensive, amazing suits to the show. He lives the gimmick. Like, he thinks he's Ric Flair, but if you saw him drive up, walk in, and the way he looked, you would go, this guy's famous. That's what you would think, because that's how he presents himself, which is 90% of wrestling, right? How you present yourself. Right. He gets in the ring, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's 75 years old, and he's in there. And he didn't even do anything. He did no moves. He did like a punch a guy. He kisses the girl manager, and the bad guy, from behind kind of like rolls him up to pin him and pulls the tights. 1, 2, 3. The place goes apeshit because a 75-year-old man just kissed a 22-year-old girl on the lips and then loses by the bad guy cheating, right? Like, they cheated to beat this old 70. And the place, like, they believed it. They were angry. They were happy that he kissed the girl, angry that he lost. And I'm like, oh my God, like, wrestling is amazing. Like, the little kids in front of me were going crazy. And I go, they don't know who this guy is compared to John Cena. They think this guy is famous. Like, and the wheels started turning, and I'm like, can envision me just giving Billy Fives a drop kick to the mush. And,
wait, 34 seconds. Okay. 34 minutes. Okay. I just want to make sure I got these.
So I watched the whole show. I left on a really big high, and I've been working out all week. So today's day 9. I'm down 7 pounds. I'm back to lifted. My arms are coming back quickly because my muscle memory is just fresh. And I'm starting to feel good. I'm doing cardio. I got my Apple Watch. I'm rolling. I'm feeling great.
You really are every person that after 3 days of going to the gym has made 6 posts about it. You literally are that person.
When I've been doing this. Look, I'm a pro. This isn't my first day, pal. So I'm up and down more than a hooker on a penis. So
you came up with that on the spot because it wasn't that great.
Literally on the spot. But I felt that I could wrestle. I got home. I couldn't even sleep. I was the energy. I was like, I honestly thought to myself, man, I have enough room in my yard. I can literally build a shed and put a wrestling ring in there and start training. This is what I'm telling myself. And I can start training in the wrestling ring that's in my backyard.
But aren't you way too cheap to do any of those things?
No, but I was motivated, and I wanted to put a poster up of Billy Five's face while I trained.
35 minutes and 58 seconds. Now let
me get to it. Hold on.
Wait. I'm just going to put it out there. If you build a shed and put a ring in there, I'm all for that. We could film some really fun stuff. Whether you ever wrestle again or not.
This could be like the Hardys compound.
We could probably throw bigger shows in your backyard.
True,
this guy had.
But so I'm motivated. I'm pumped. I finally get to bed. I wake up the next morning and I think to myself, I don't want to fucking wrestle. Like, thank God I didn't text Billy and be like, "Your ass is grass, pal," because I was that fired up.
It won't matter. This is going to get to him.
I know this will be enough. But when I woke up, I was like, "Oh, I don't know about this." Like, I don't know about the falls and that kind of stuff. Like, I love the entertainment aspect. I want to be out there entertaining people, and
How many bumps have you taken in the last 5 years of wrestling, anyways?
Probably 5 in 5 years, right? So, but I felt it. So today, like I said, is day 9 of working out. I'm gonna hit the gym here in a minute. I'm gonna get my walk in. I've been going. If I'm down to 265 ish. If I can get down by the end of August down to like 245, 240,
that's a big ask.
I think I'll be ready.
You're like expecting to drop 20 pounds in a month.
Listen, I've done it before.
Yeah, but you did it like you were like a maniac, and you were like pulling every trick out of the book to do that.
I also thought to myself, if I do this, I'm going to get a really good physical to make sure my heart's okay, and because I don't want to get in the ring and die either. So I think I can. I think if I continue to work out, and I think I got a couple matches left in me, not even one. But so Billy's on the list, but I think I'm going to make a list of like 5. I think there's 5 people that I really want to get in there with, and just kick him in the teeth.
Do you have that list?
No, Billy so far. There may be somebody else on that list. There may be.
Do I know that person?
Oh, you know them.
Okay.
I really want to get in there with Josh Powers.
Oh, wow.
Because I feel like we never finished what we started years ago. I feel like that has to be finished. Just like, the Breakfast Club, and then he turned on me, and then I showed up in the Santa Claus outfit like 2 Christmases ago and attacked him, and we've never finished that because I moved and a
resolution to a feud that no one remembers or cares about. But at least you two.
It matters to me.
Right.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Okay.
But I would add Powers to the list and Billy. There's nobody else yet. Let me just.
I would love if you got like in super great shape and super motivated, and you went into a match with Josh, and he didn't realize like that you were gonna go all out, and actually like he's used to. Let's be honest. He's used to lazy fat fuck AJ coming out with a box of donuts under his arm and using that as a prop for the whole match, and him doing all the work. I would love if you stiff him like 3 seconds into the match, where he's like what the fuck? Like he hasn't been hit like that like since like the last time it was a bullying incident. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want you to like get him. I want him to have a quiver lip because he's kind of a delicate, gentle soul, and he doesn't like actually getting hit for real. I want to see that look on his face when you pop him right off the bat in that match.
Right, because he wouldn't expect it. You're right.
It would be fantastic.
And you know what? As we're talking, I've added a third to the list. I want one more with Johnny Vandal. One more with Johnny. So now we've got 3 on the list. We've got Billy, Powers, and Johnny.
Josh, all former associates.
Right. So there's a theme here. There's a theme. So if you listen and you know me, you could be on the list. I got 2 more spots left.
Yeah, only 2.
Hey, listen. Hey, Speedy, you may have to get the trunks back on, pal. I know he's listening.
Did you work Speedy before?
I never did, but I always thought he was better than his brother, and that's no offense to his brother. But I thought at the time when that was one of the coolest angles that George ever ran at ICW, where the brother photographer came out and wrestled, and it was he was good. So, yeah. But now that we're talking about
he was like George leaving the room on a high note,
Well, right, but now that we're talking about Speedy, and I think there is another match that has to happen. We may have to have a sixth spot.
Okay.
Mario versus Mario.
Oh.
Me versus Dash. The winner takes the Mario.
There's that. I thought maybe you wanted a team with Disco for something just to piss me
No,
off.
fuck that guy. No.
Fuck that guy. Really? I thought he was your boy.
He is my boy. I don't want to work with him though.
Is he too difficult? Yeah.
Actually, he wasn't. He was actually awesome. So.
Yeah.
He was super easy to work with. But yeah, Mario versus Mario. And the reason I'm bringing up the Mario thing is I had sent some of the Mario videos to Sarah, who bought a shirt that you sent out this week. She had made a comment. I don't know what sparked it, and she's like, "Oh my god, like you wrestled as Mario?" I was like, "Yeah," but I only had the one where we put Johnny through the table, and I had the steel horsing one where you got arrested. It was like a skit, right? Yeah. I got arrested as Mario, but there's no Mario footage out there. I would love to be Super Mario, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I cosplayed, wrestled as Super Mario for Ben's SuperCon that he ran the wrestling shows, and it was probably the most fun I've ever had in wrestling was being Super Mario. So I think it's time to break out the overalls again. I'd have to get bigger overalls, obviously, but
well, I mean, your plan is to get smaller, isn't it?
Right, but you never know. Mario can come calling anytime.
Just call Levi's; they'll hook you up.
It's true. You stretchy pants. I'm wearing them right now.
Get some stretchy overalls.
That's all I got. I've dug myself enough holes with Spectrum, with wrestling community. I think I'm done.
With Billy Fives.
Yeah.
Like I got 2. What was
on the list?
What was it? 51. 31 minutes and like 35 minutes, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to dig it out for him. Either that or I'll just put his name in the title so he listens to this episode. Look.
Now we may have a platform where me and Billy can actually wrestle now that Gangrel is with CCW, which also means that Blake would get to call the show.
Is that official, or are you like spreading news that's not meant to be spread yet?
Dave posted it.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking. I don't remember.
Official. So this could happen. We could be back on. If Blake was a good friend, he would push for that match there. But, I'm just saying.
I mean, I feel like asking Blake for a favor is like
asking for a kidney transplant. Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well be asking for an organ.
Right. All right. Well, I got nothing left. I got to work out. My watch is telling me it's time to get a workout in, and I can't challenge all these people if I'm in the shape I'm in now. So.
Well, maybe you should wait for your workout and time it so that you're doing it like you're banging and clanging around like 10 tonight. So when the guy pulls up,
he ain't coming
and sees you putting up a couple of plates and they're not plates of spaghetti, that he knows you mean business.
I mean business. Yeah. Well, here's the worst part. They're like, well, she had told me this yesterday. If it's the cables outside, he can't fix it at night. I'm like, so then why the hell would you schedule him at night?
I was surprised the guy had the foresight to say, let me grab a modem and a router before I come over there. I was hoping the rest of the story was the guy came out there and didn't have the things he needed anyways, because that happens a lot.
Whatever. I'm done. I'm going to work out.
All right. Well, don't hurt yourself. I know you're eager. You're eager to like really jump in the deep end here, but at your age and with the sedentary lifestyle you've been living, don't push it too hard. I need you to at least do a Friday's podcast.
Oh God! Goodbye. I'm
done with you.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.